Welcome inside the Royal Crown Academic School. It is approaching 4:05 on Sunday, April 27th. It is the Ontario Basketball Association's G Elite Junior Championship game between PDM and ONL-X. Starting five for purpose-driven mentality, coached by Jerron Robinson, is Julia Shabaris, Ava Ignatov, Patty Julia, Claire Smith, and Claudica Kudrocheva. Countering for the ONL-X team from Ottawa, it's Catherine Luchenberg, Arian Arkvarn, Erica Thorne, Anna Sleep, and Ann Arbor. JJ Evison, Sydney Holmes here to walk you through this championship game. And somebody to watch out for on one side of the ball for ONL-X is Maria Arnfarn. Had an unbelievable second half in the semifinal game, Sid.
She was just finding the ball at all moments in time. I know we talk about positioning yourself properly under the basket to get the rebound. It just seemed at one point it was just falling to her. The ball was like attracted to her hands like a magnet. What I think I need to see from her maybe a little bit better in this game is her boxing ability, because PDM is going to make you pay if you don't box out down low. But kudos to her. Her offensive game was sensational. Defense just needs to kind of be reenacted now.
Her front court mate is the MVP of the G Elite Junior Girls Division. It's Anna Sleep, number 30 in white. On the other side, Claudica Kudrocheva had an unbelievable performance in her semifinal match, shooting the ball from all areas of the court. Great defense awareness as well. But it was Patty Julia with a barrage of threes, sank 4 threes in the semifinal game. Expect her to look to get hot from beyond the arc at some point as well. Into the front court, Sleep tips it to a teammate, and the first entry pass is swallowed up by Claire Smith. PDM with the first look at an offensive possession. Anya Gilchrist into the starting lineup as a last-minute adjustment. Sleep with the defensive rebound. Kicks it ahead, Luchenberg. Around the body, doesn't get it to go. Kudrocheva there to deter that shot. Ignatov fouled out of the last game. Luckily for her, fouls do not carry over into championship games. Good pass, Kudrocheva. Feet set, bottom.
Expect a lot more shots coming from Kudrocheva, because even before the game started, she was isolated down low. Her mom actually was helping her do pick and roll movements, foul shots, jumpers. So she's warmed up, to say the least.
Arbor strokes it from deep. Front iron. And that's going to land out of bounds in front of the ONL-X bench. Here's Julia. Averages nearly 3.1 steals per game. Hands it off to Gilchrist, then dives. It's not there. Swarming defense by the Defensive Player of the Year, Erica Thorne. To the hook shot, scoop, score. Ignatov is on the board.
We're also seeing a little bit more of a zone defense here from ONL-X. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean that they need to be more active, especially with PDM, because they do tend to drive a lot to the middle of the basket.
Arkvarn kicks it. Arbor shot up a little strong. Arkvarn on the backside doesn't get it to go. Luchenberg swatted at the top by Gilchrist. Couple of empty possessions for ONL-X on the first few tries. Ignatov working on Luchenberg, creating separation. Julia, deep three. Front iron. Sleep loses it out of bounds. There'll be 14 on the shot clock. 4-0. PDM ahead. Inbound's going to come all the way back to Smith. Julia thought about it. Now strokes it. Same side of the iron. And Thorne fighting for the rebound with Kudrocheva. It will stay with PDM. Gilchrist accepts that inbound pass, unable to complete the play. Thorne out and on the run. Luchenberg into the lane. Scoop, no good. Second chance opportunity blocked by Smith. Here's Arkvarn, leaves it short. Claire Smith swallows up the defensive rebound. Averages nearly 8 rebounds a game to go up with 2.5 blocks into the corner. Gilchrist attacks. Right hand, leaves it short. Fighting for the loose ball. Smith doesn't come away with it. It's a tie-up. And there is some pain on the elbow. And we're going to get a timeout.
It's one of those things that I know the newer wave of basketball is kind of adopting more. It's like a grab and rip. And I know a lot of coaches tell you to do that because there's the possibility that you can retain possession and go the other way for the offensive rush. But when both players are there and you're swinging, there comes a time when the ref blows the whistle, let go. I know at least my coach was the one that told us that. It's like you rip until you hear that whistle and you let go because of unfortunate situations that I'm hoping didn't happen here where you can injure an elbow, a shoulder. Because again, it's not the fault of the player. They're just in such a flow of motion, right, with ripping. So, but I think a grab and hold in certain situations is a lot better than a grab, hold, and try to rip it away.
Claire Smith up under her own power. She'll go to the bench for a quick breather to get checked out. Gripping that left elbow area. The athletic trainer asking her if there's any pain. Doesn't appear so. So Coco Smith into the game for PDM. Gilchrist and Claire Smith out. Coco Sam, I should say. Luchenberg traipsing down the right-hand side. Ann Arbor trailing the play. Going to kick it back up. And far side, Arkvarn tries to get the step on Jillia, who comes down on her arms, and Arkvarn to the free throw line.
Jillia needs to be a little lower on defense, especially as we mentioned at the beginning of the game. I mean, Arkvarn had a tendency to always drive into the net. She's a drive first, kick later. So knowing that, become a bit more centralized in your defensive play.
Arkvarn leaves the second short. Last touch by PDM. Kudrocheva stuck to Anna Sleep. They go over the top. Sleep one dribble to the right. No, off the side of the backboard. Jillia has one ahead. Gives it up. Stepping into the lane. Ignatov sees it through for two. Coco Sam picks up Ann Arbor, who picks up the dribble. Luchenberg back to Arbor. That's going to be an over and back. It was a fraction of space that came back.
It was a good idea. Handoff was fine. But she needed to do an actual handoff instead of a bounce pass, so that way she can kind of get her on the run, and you can make sure that she's crossed over half.
Ignatov on the far side throws it away. The pass intended for Shiberis. Julia Shiberis, number 7 in black, checking in at the last dead ball. Also into the game, Carrington Muldoon, who had a great performance in her semifinal game. Excellent shooting from the free throw line after sinking a 3. Ann Arbor back, looking for Sleep inside. Arkvarn in the lane, and again through some contact. And Arkvarn back to the free throw line. Kudrocheva will take the foul. Defensive rebound, Kudrocheva off the both missed free throws from Arkvarn. Uncharacteristic from the free throw line. Oh, you can't give her time and space. Back iron. And unable to keep it alive was Ignatov. Slow start to this contest. Sleep quickly ahead. Arkvarn with one to beat. It's Julia who does a good job altering the path of that shot. Kudrocheva throws it away, and Arkvarn has it again. Here's Anna Sleep stepping into the lane and fouled on the way up. 2 quick fouls on Klodika Kudrocheva, and that's going to cause trouble for PDM. And back into the game is Claire Smith, who went down with that left elbow injury earlier. You can see her shaking it off from time to time, Sid. And how much does that play a factor into, anytime you're thinking about the game and you feel this sensation and you have to, your attention gets taken away.
I've always said like an injury is, it's like 50% mental, 50% obviously the actual injury that was committed to you. But even so, when injuries are healed, there's such a mental of, okay, can I do this layup? Can I still commit to playing as hard as I usually do? And hopefully, as quick as she's checking back into this game here, she's able to still keep up with that aggression.
Anna Sleep, perfect from the charity stripe. She's got 2 points. Her team trails by 3. It's the Ontario Basketball Association G Elite Junior Girls Championship game. PDM taking on ONL-X from Ottawa. Coco Sam downhill. Nothing there. Swallowed up near the timeline was Arkvarn. Anna Sleep absolutely hounded on her way to the basket. Coco Sam with a hard foul on Anna Sleep. And Sleep comes up looking to stretch out her neck. The Ontario Basketball Association and Rogers and Uptown Wireless are bringing you unbeatable deals on wireless plans. As a valued OBA member, you now have access to exclusive savings on Rogers services, helping you stay connected, whether you're at home, on the road, or courtside. Don't miss out. Visit portal.uptownwireless.ca. That's portal.uptownwireless.ca to explore your exclusive offers and experience the power of connection with Rogers. Stay connected. Stay in the game. Powered by OBA and Rogers. Ignatov's got 4 points for PDM. Klodika Kudrocheva, who's stuck on the bench now with 2 fouls, has the other 2. Meanwhile, ONL-X, all their points coming from the free throw line, yet to sink a made field goal.
It's not completely deja vu from the game we last saw PDM play, but it's starting the same. And I mean, Kudrocheva is statistically their best player. She's now in a position where the coaches forcibly have to sit her because she has 2 fouls. She was the main person guarding Sleep. I haven't noticed too much of a difference between the rotation of defenders that they have on her now, but in the same breath, she's the kind of player that you can't give that room to. You can't give that gap.
Again, Sleep at the line. Fouled most recently by Coco Sam. Leaves the second short. Rebound, Claire Smith. Ignatov into the front court, picked up by Erica Thorne. All-team defense for Thorne this season, which is where she hangs her hat. The step around, left short, Sleep with another defensive rebound. Ahead to Erica Thorne, able to track it down and keep it in bounds. Back top side. Arkvarn finds Muldoon. They're going to keep it on the outside. Sleep working from that elbow position. Outside shot is up, not there. Sleep in the perfect spot to catch the loose ball and finish the play. The ball just seems to find her on the offensive side, and it needs to if ONL-X is going to have any luck in this game. Sherry, pass off the backboard, no good. Here's Ann Arbor into the front court. Picks up the dribble, dead ball. Who's going to bail her out? It's Arkvarn. Muldoon gets the step on the baseline, kicks it to the corner, extra pass, Ann Arbor. looking for the lane. Muldoon, shot is up, shot is down.
Beautiful rotation there for ONL-X, and also specifically not relying on one or two options, allowing it to work, allowing the play to kind of come to fruition.
Coco Sam too strong. Muldoon into the front court, sees a streaking Anna Sleep. 1-2 stepping through the lane, blocked by Shibaris. Well timed. Ava McKay checks in. Anna Sleep going to go to the bench for a breather at the 3:45 mark of the first quarter. Baseline inbounds all the way back to the three-point line. Arkvarn loses the handle, but then picks it back up. McKay working from that high post position. Here's Ann Arbor. Thought about it. Gives it up. McKay, rock to the deck. Tries a scoop shot. It's not there. Gilia out and on the run. Patty Gilia end to end. Leaves it short. Shibaris with the rebound and fouled on the way up. First foul for Erica Thorne. Avery Ling checking in for PDM, number 10 in black. Team fouls are 4-1. That's the first team foul on ONL-X. So doing a good job staying disciplined. Unable to make them pay for the foul. Just a single point from the free throw line. Here's Thorne. Finds Arbor. Top side, keeping the ball on the perimeter. McKay at the free throw line. Arbor thought about it. Shakes Sam. Finds the roller, but help from the weak side coming over just in time. Shibaris with the knock ball loose. Here's Smith under the basket. Coco Sam walks into a two-pointer, a little strong. McKay with the good box out. Sam's second chance opportunity right into the body of Ava McKay, and that's the first foul on number 22 in white.
Unfortunate for McKay. I mean, she worked so hard. It was a fantastic box out on Coco Sam, and then she fought hard to get the rebound just to make a bad pass, almost like a lackadaisical pass to her team, and then obviously then she got the foul. So don't work hard to make a silly decision and then get the ball turned over, right? Work hard all the time so that way it allows you to put yourself and your team in a better fighting chance.
Here's Erica Thorne traipsing down the right-hand side with a burst of speed all the way to the rack, fouled by Claire Smith. So that's the 15th foul on PDM, the first on Smith, who again looks to be shaking off a little discomfort in that left elbow. Julia Shibaris getting some reinforcement from the coaches, emphasizing that when Thorne has the ball, you have to force her left. She's very strong going to the right.
Very rarely will she actually end up going to the left, or if she does, she's going to be dribbling with her right hand. Interception from Thorne.
Muldoon with the bounce pass. Off the glass, no good. Arkvarn fighting for the rebound under a flurry of bodies. Jump ball called. Possession favors ONL-X.
That would have been on the, I can't remember who was in that position there for PDM, but that was whoever was supposed to box out Thorne. Didn't do their job because she just immediately got the rebound.
And that would have been Shibaris, who heads to the bench in place of Claire Islip, who's now on the floor. Here's Thorne. Ann Arbor, back top side, over to McKay. Good defense here by PDM. McKay takes it with the scoop shot. No, Coco Sam, defensive rebound. She's going to keep it. Stepping into the lane, knocked out of bounds by Thorne. We get our first look of the day at Rose Johnston as Maria Arkvarn heads to the bench. And already out of position. Lucky that they missed that shot. Here's Ann Arbor being forced into help defense. McKay able to get it over the timeline. Johnston setting things back up at the top. Arbor. Muldoon now over the top to McKay. Thorne to the right. Off glass, too strong. Islip with the rebound.
Make your layups. There comes a time where if you fight so hard, and that was a good angle. Thorne had the entire basket, but she was leaning away from her defender, so it took her away. Drive straight in.
Ling attacks baseline. The floater too strong. Smith accepts it. Puts it back up. That misses. Muldoon ahead. Erica Thorne didn't know it was coming, and Julia able to track it down. Julia dumps it off. Ling gets a second chance. That's short. Smith back to Ling. Again, a third chance from the baseline. Off the iron. Julia with the rebound and the step around. No good. 5 offensive rebounds in this possession. Nice give and go. Julia finally sees it through. Patty Julia on the board. Johnston into the front court. Blocked by Smith. 43 seconds left in the opening frame. Julia hands it off. His lip to Sam, and no one picks her up, so she floats it from the mid-range, gets her own rebound. Ling just doesn't have the touch in the opening frame. McKay, far side.
22 seconds, actually 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter now.
Arbor pulls it back out. Bottoms the 3. Second made 3 for ONL-X. They're up 3. 7 seconds left. Julia, lots of time left. With the left hand, no good. Out of bounds, it will stay. PDM. Time for a catch and shoot. That's about all that they got time for.
I know Julia is usually thriving on those solo drive efforts, but she has to pass the ball a bit better. She has to rotate it, because on times like that, there was 3 ONL-X bodies on her. She could have used for a kick out.
Well-designed play to get Claire Smith an open look right at the rim. She misses, and after 10 minutes of play, it's a 3-point lead for ONL-X. Five points for Anna Sleep, the league's MVP. 3 for Ann Arbor, 3 for Muldoon. A single free throw made for each of Arnkvarn and Thorne. On the other side for PDM, 4 points from Ignatov to lead all scorers. 2 for Julia, who's off to a slow start. 2 for Kudrakova, who's been stuck on the bench with 2 fouls. And we saw PDM's foul trouble affect the last game. They were able to come away with it, but in a championship game, you've got to stifle that early.
You don't want one of your best players sat on the bench, getting cold, not able to kind of keep that rhythm up due to foul trouble. And honestly, there were fouls where they weren't necessary. They were playing hard defense. They were in position. They were just reaching when they didn't have to. And that was honestly a big proponent for PDM, was reaching, trying to poke the ball away when you don't have to. Don't put yourself in that kind of position. I will also say as well, for ONL-X, the only reason that the margin is as close as it is because their shots weren't going down, and that's a saving grace moment, honestly, for PDM. So they need to do a little bit better at closing out from beyond the arc, and especially in that mid-range game.
So PDM will start with possession here in the second quarter. It's Ignatov, picked up by Muldoon. Dumped off. Gilchrist and Luchenberg with the steal, out on the run. Long strides, left hand, too strong, following the play. Muldoon fouled on the backside by Ling.
That was a good interception with Luchenberg, but again, same as last game, she starts her layup at the free throw line. She starts it so early that by the time she has her second step, she's not even close enough. She's honestly at the first block, pretty much. And then she's having to reach, and I mean, good on Muldoon for following to get the rebound there. But I want Luchenberg to get herself in a better opportunity so she can get that layup to go.
Missing both of them, and tapped out of bounds by Anna Sleep, who's back into the game. Gilchrist left alone, pulls it and drains it. Arbor able to get around Ignatov, but then forced into the corner. Gonna have to set it at the top with Muldoon, who just loses control, but is pushed in the back by Avery Ling. Over the top to Sleep, who loses it. Able to re-corral it, fighting with Claire Smith. And Claire Smith shows no ill signs of that elbow injury, going in full force for that 50-50 ball. That's going to be a backcourt violation. So ONL-X coming out of that quarter break a little shaky, Sid.
Their passes aren't as crisp. I also think, too, I know it was their bread and butter from yesterday and their first game today, that they would run all the play through the high post. But now that they're kind of matched similarly in height with PDM, they need to change it up a little bit.
Ignatov with a tough bucket. She's got 6 points now in the contest. And look at them front Sleep. She gets it anyhow. Good defense there by Smith. Second chance opportunity goes for Arnkarn.
That was a complete breakdown on defense there for Islip. She just allowed her man to just run in and crash the ball without any contention.
Ignatov looks for Lynn down low. She loses the handle. Arbor tries to shake Ling. They're going to reset here with Thorne. Over the top, Sleep, give and go. Thorne, it's knocked loose. Gilchrist thought about it. Attacks baseline, dumps it off. Extra pass. Ling moves into the paint. The floater from the elbow. Around the world and through. Over the top, Sleep with the left, blocked by Smith. Second chance opportunity. Good for Lutchenberg. Gilchrist puts the rock to the deck, attacks. A little too strong. Again, it's Arbor to Arnkarn. Extra pass, Lutchenberg into the paint. Fouled by Ignatov. It'll be her first. Team third. With 7:32 left. Only one foul left to give. Brooke Ling, Coco Sam, Patty Gilia back into the game for PDM. Luchenberg goes 2 for 2. 2-point game, 7:30 left in the opening half. Gilia tries to dismiss Luchenberg. She stays with her step for step. The spin around into the paint. Nice move, couldn't finish, gets her own rebound. Looking for another opportunity. Here's Coco Sam. Flashes outside. Gilchrist from deep. Bottom again. Gilchrist has 2 threes.
Something we weren't really used to seeing from her is her ability to shoot from beyond the arc so cleanly.
Sleep pushed out beyond the perimeter. McKay inside. One too many steps for Ava McKay, and that's a turnover. Patty Gilia with the turnaround, tries to shake her defenders, hands it off. Shabaris over to Coco Sam now. Looking to get to the second level of defense. Brooke Ling decides to toss it up off the backboard, no good. Anna Sleep with the rebound into some traffic. Finds Arnkvarn, who pulls up from the mid-range, leaves it short, gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Luchenberg 3, bottom. They're going to call it a deep 2. Six points for Catherine Luchenberg. Here's Gilchrist. Bounce pass. Brooke Ling, no hesitation. Back iron. Coco Sam rips down the board. Julia into the paint. Fouled on the way up. 2 upcoming free throws. That'll be the first on Catherine Luchenberg. Julia with the chance to tie or take the lead, misses the first. The second off the mark as well. Gilchrist with the rebound. Sleep with the block. Ava McKay finds Sleep out and on the run. Arnkvarn's to her right. She keeps the whole way and finishes.
I was going to say there needed to be a stronger body presence on Sleep, but there was already contact, so there wasn't really more that they could do.
Patty Julia hands off to Sam. Sam with the ones into the lane. The floater is good for Coco Sam. Ava Ignatov checks back into the game. And there's a timeout on the floor called by ONL-X. The Ontario Basketball Association and Rogers and Uptown Wireless are bringing you unbeatable deals on wireless plans. As a valued OBA member, you now have access to exclusive savings on Rogers services, helping you stay connected, whether you're at home, on the road, or sat courtside. Don't miss out. Visit portal.uptownwireless.ca. That's portal.uptownwireless.ca today to explore your exclusive offers and experience the power of connection with Rogers. Stay connected, stay in the game. Powered by OBA and Rogers. .5:22 left in the opening half. This back and forth game sees ONL-X ahead by 1. Wondering when we'll see Kladika Kudrocheva check back into the game for PDM. She got 2 early fouls and has yet to check back in. ONL-X ball side out with backcourt. Gilchrist caught tying her shoe. Sleep unable to take advantage of it, but it's knocked out of bounds off of Gilchrist's leg. Over the top, Sleep.
No.
Drops to one knee, couldn't get position, fighting for it on the ground.
Just realized my mental thought came out just then when I said, nah. But what I mean, I should converse with the people and say what I was referring to. Sleep sometimes has a tendency to lean first into the defender before putting the ball down, and that's a perfect example why you can't do that. Kudos to Hillcrest actually for giving herself a bit of room, because there's not always going to be a body there. There's not always going to be contact. You got to go to shoot first.
That pass intended for Brooke Ling, just too hot to handle. Turnover. They're looking for Sleep in the front court. Well defended by Gilchrist. Sleep has it, moving downhill. Looking for Ava McKay, who had vacated the space and was fading to the corner. And it looks like ONL-X is just getting a little out of rhythm, pushing things a little too quickly.
The problem is that they're using Sleep too much. They're only looking for her. There's no other option to not go anywhere else, and that's a problem. You have to have good players on your team. Utilize them. Don't just look for one player or bust. It has to be a whole team effort, especially in a championship game like this.
Gilchrist with the step through. Right hand. No good. Another defensive rebound. Anna Sleep fighting for it. Jump ball. And that's going to stay with PDM. Ann Arbor back into the game. Anna Sleep to the bench for a breather. So Gilchrist has a size advantage now. Will she go down into that painted area and try and take advantage of that? We will see. Erica Thorne with the defense, knocking the ball loose. Patty Gilia, side out to trigger. Ignatov finds Coco Sam, who tosses it up off the iron. Arkvarn with the rebound. Ann Arbor, change of direction, loses the handle. That's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by ONL-X. Quick shot. Ignatov off the mark. Coco Sam, offensive rebound. The putback not there. Thorne knocks it out of bounds. That's going to go off a PDM player, likely Coco Sam's leg. So Ottawa next level have possession. 4:09 left in the opening half. Luchenberg gives it right back to Arbor. Over the top, McKay looking for the give and go. It's not there. Ignatov working to her right. Nice step through. Wow. Just left it short. That was a beautiful move to get some space. Luchenberg able to keep it alive. Arkvarn now into the front court. With the left, fouled from behind. I think that'll go on Brooke Ling. We'll await confirmation. That's actually going to go on Brooke Ling.
ONL-X has a tendency to force a pass when it's not there because it was the play that was called. They don't look for another option. They don't rely on their basketball IQ, which we know they have because we've seen it today. It's like they only have one play to run, and if it doesn't work, then they don't know what to do, or someone goes on a solo drive. They have the ability to do something other. We just, for whatever reason, we haven't seen it just yet, but I think fortunate for them, they are able to maintain at least a 2-point lead so far.
Let me ask you this. How much of, is there a change in mentality from a regular season game to a championship level game where you say, okay, the play was drawn up and, you know, in a regular season game, they might be able to look for that other thing, but in a championship level game, there's so much on the line that they're focused on just a singular task. Nice take by Gilchrist.
I think, to your point, I think in a championship game, there's two players. Some are focused on just making a basket by whatever means necessary, which means you'll see some players just completely abandon the play, drive in, go for the layup, try to draw the foul. Or you have some that are so nervous that they don't want to make a mistake that they will live, eat, sleep, breathe, and die by that play. But basketball IQ doesn't go away. It still needs to remain there.
And Arbor with the handoff to Arkvarn. Back top side to Thorne, who picks it up. Finds Luchenberg, who gets a step on her defender. Into the lane, blocked by Smith. Patty Gilia. It's a 1-on-2. She keeps with her left, fakes, turns around, fades. Back iron, defensive rebound by Anna Sleep. Looking for Sleep on the roll. She gets it. Gilia goes for the strip and comes away with it. And Patty Gilia just has this motor that's always running. Dead ball. Got to find somebody. It's Brooke Ling. Blocked at the top by Sleep. Sleep going the other way. It's a 1-on-3. Recognizes it. Finds Thorne. Attacking baseline. There's contact. It'll be on the floor. That's going to go against Ignatov.
They kind of did it on that play, but what they need to do, because Smith is guarding Sleep very high. Like they're not even allowing, and that's kind of, I'm assuming it would be smart. A play that PDM drew up is don't even allow her to get that ball. For ONL-X, how you counteract that is because she's getting guarded so tightly. Every single time that the ball is kicked to the corner, they leave Sleep. Whoever's guarding her, mainly Smith, will turn her back on her and double the girl that's driving down to the middle of the net. Meaning that Sleep is wide open, so all they have to do is a quick backdoor cut, pass, give and go situation, and she's wide open in the middle for a layup. Luckily for PDM, they haven't exploited that yet. Like ONL-X hasn't been able to do that yet, and they don't know that it's an open hole in the middle. Eventually, they're going to be able to see that Sleep is wide open, and they're going to capitalize on it. But for right now, I think they're lucky that that Sleep hasn't really become active in that sense.
You're watching the G Elite Junior Finals between Ottawa Next Level and Purpose Driven Mentality. It's the Junior Girls Championship game. The Ontario Basketball Association appreciates you tuning in for this contest on YouTube. 2:25 left in the opening half, all tied at 24. Anya Gilchrist has 8 points for PDM to lead all scorers on that side. As Erica Thorne's at the free throw line. Misses the first. Thorne misses the second as well. Nice offensive rebound for Luchenberg. That doesn't go. Sleep can't corral the loose ball. That's out of bounds. PDM ball. A little lift of energy from the PDM fan section. Anya fouled. It's Ava Ignatov fouled on the way up. And Sleep picks up her first third team foul. So one more foul to give. A little too strong from Ignatov. Looking for her 7th point this afternoon. Back iron again. Gilchrist kicks it out. Gilia to the corner. He wants it right back. They're going to clear out for her. She's working baseline on Arbor. Steps around the defense. Defensive rebound again. Anna Sleep is just an animal down low. Tied up, Luchenberg. Jump ball. And that is going to be a change of possession. PDM have it. Smith takes the pass from Ignatov, then picks up the dribble, gets it right back. There's an exploitation on that far side, the weak side. Off the knee of Sleep. She finds a streaking Ann Arbor. Erica Thorne travels. Julia Shabaris checks back into the game, as does Coco Sam. Shabaris off the bench on the board with a 3. Luchenberg down the left-hand side. There's a lane in the middle. She dumps it off to Sleep, who absorbs the contact from Gilchrist. And Anna Sleep back to the free throw line where she's 3 of 4 today.
Coach is kind of echoing what I was going to say, but there needed to be the help side on that one for PDM. And unfortunately, the slide just came extremely late. When you have someone like Sleep that you know is aggressively going to be driving in regardless, there needs to be a better help side defense for sure.
Back iron, defensive rebound by Gilchrist. Ignatov takes the pass into the front court. Coco Sam now has a lane, gets to it, left hand, blew the bunny. Here's Luchenberg on the turnaround into the front court. Steps back, Thorne. Good defense there by Skabaris to knock it loose. Arbor looks for Sleep. Picked up by Coco Sam. There's Aardvark, back iron.
25 seconds remaining in this game, 18 on the shot clock.
In this half, you mean.
I said in this game, you're so right. I'm so dialed. Sorry.
Arkvarn collects the rebound and pushes up the left-hand side. Erica Thorne turns, gets it back, and Arbor into the second level of the defense, tucks it like a football off the backboard, no good. Gilchrist had it knocked loose, out of bounds, last touch by Anna Sleep.
5.4 seconds remaining here in the quarter.
Ignatov with the three-quarter court heave. That's not going to make it to the semicircle. 5 minutes is the halftime break, 27-25. ONL-X ahead. We'll be back with second half action here from the Royal Crown Academic School. You're watching the G Elite Junior Girls Championship game on OBA on YouTube. PDM up by 2 to start the second half. 8 points coming from Anya Gilchrist. As we see Klodika Kudrochova check back into the game, number 44 in black. First shot up off the mark, rebounded by Ann Arbor. Erica Thorne down the right-hand side. Swing, swing, swing. Luchenberg finds Thorne. Now Arbor. They can't get it to Sleep in the middle. Good active hands. They're putting length in the middle of the floor to counteract what Sleep was doing in the first half. Gilchrist kicks it back. Another 3 off the back of the iron into the hands of Sleep. 0 for 2 to start the second half from Patty Gilia. Arkvarn, too much time, just doesn't get the right shot off. Gilia now over the timeline, picked up by Luchenberg. Dead ball. Gilchrist overcooked that pass. 3 empty possessions on the offensive side for PDM to start the second half.
What both teams are kind of echoing is it takes them both I want to say at least a minute to 2 minutes to get in the full form as we saw them just finish the quarter before.
Quick step, Anna Sleep fakes the pass one way, gets Klodika Kudrochova to cheat, and then turns the corner and lays it in. You can see the footwork from Erica Thorne and why she was named to the all-team defense. Gilchrist back top side for PDM, going to hand it off. Gilia has a lane in the middle. Deflected out of bounds by Ann Arbor. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
They were looking, Gilia was the only one that actually looked to drive inside. The rest of them were just looking to go on perimeter.
Well, it's been all Patty Gilia in this second half. Another attempt from 3. Obviously, he had to get it off quick. But she's taken 3 of the team's 4 looks. Thorne unable to complete the play there. Here's Patty Gilia out and on the run. Gives it up. Gilchrist leaves it short. Ann Arbor with the defensive rebound finds Thorne on the right-hand side. Look, at Sleep had Kudrochova on her back. She could have sealed off and gotten that pass on the inside, but she turned away and moved right back to that free throw line.
Because it's not the play, JJ.
I don't care if it's not the play, Sid. Use your IQ, like you said.
Thank goodness, yes. But that's exactly, it's such a good point, though. They're relying so heavily on the play that she took herself away from an open chance opportunity.
Gilchrist, feet set. She's already got 2 threes. Make it 3 in the contest for Anya Gilchrist. Luchenberg down the right-hand side has to pull it back out, looking for a diver. It's not there. Thorne on the near wing, kicks it to Arkvarn. Tries to beat Smith on the baseline, gets the floater to roll around the iron. Offensive rebound, put back, and asleep.
That has to be on Kujakov for not boxing her out. There's no way that she should be easily getting those rebounds.
Ill-advised steal attempt has Kudrochikova into the lane. Scoop shot, no. Arkvarn tries to save it and does. Gets it to Thorne, and it's an odd man rush the other way. Over the top, 2 defenders leave Sleep, and she doesn't make them pay. Kudrochova with the defensive rebound. Gilia wanted it the whole way, moves into contact, and she'll go to the free throw line for a look at 2.
Kudrochova, I know a lot of the play style for her is pretty much within the perimeter, shooting the ball. I want to see her bang bodies a little bit with Sleep. I want to see her back her down low and go in for that layup. But I honestly don't know if that, given her height, I don't think that that's her play style.
Kudrochova checks back into the low block after having a quick word with Coach Jerron Robinson. An empty possession from the free throw line, but an offensive rebound for Gilia underneath. Loses the handle, has to give it up. Smith, Gilchrist, going to put the rock to the deck and attack. That's not going to go. Luchenberg taps it to herself, then loses the handle. Shot clock reset. Thrown away. Snatched by Ignatov. And Thorne and Ignatov are fighting for possession. It will go with ONL-X.
And we have Muldoon checking into the game after a short little stint on the bench there.
Ava McKay back in. Muldoon with the turnaround, back out to McKay as there was nothing there. Playing 5-out offense, ONL-X. McKay at the free throw line, swallowed up and snatched by Ignatov. She's got Julia ahead of the pack. Feet set, shot up near iron. Rebound Smith, no good on the second chance opportunity. McKay has a lane, takes it. Blocked on the backside by Kudrocheva. And there's going to be her third foul. 2 more fouls to play with for Kudrocheva. Skaberis into the game. Coco Sam into the game for PDM.
That was also too easy. Like, Kudrocheva, it's honestly like she backed out and let her take the gap. I mean, kudos to McKay for taking it, honestly, if we're going up strong, but the gap shouldn't have been there to begin with. And now she's in a position where, if I'm not mistaken, that's her third foul.
Her third foul.
This is actually the exact same position we found her in the last game we saw her in today.
McKay 0 for 2 on the trip to the charity stripe. Luchenberg dribbles it out of bounds, trying to fight for the rebound. We get our first look at Ann Benedict Kofi Effie checking in, number 3 in white, defending the inbound pass, now coming across to pick up Gilchrist. Ignatov picked up by Kofi Effie.
Playing a zone here again for ONL-X.
Ignatov loses the handle. Body language is saying a little bit right now about PDM. They're getting frustrated and they're showing signs of it.
Mm-hmm. They're also second-guessing their shot chances, too.
Muldoon can hit it from distance. If she gets left open, don't hesitate to take that shot. Arnkvarn trying to beat Gilchrist off the dribble. Kofi Effie loses the handle, out of bounds. She's come on with a fresh burst of energy, but it's not matching the rest of her team.
Mm-hmm. They're moving. She's moving at 100 miles an hour, and the rest of the team is going at a little bit of over 50, which is fine, but they need to match her, or she needs to come down a little bit. But I'd prefer for them to match her.
Erica Thorne with the steal on the run. Shabaris is behind. Thorne doesn't finish the play. Kofi Effie, second chance, no. Thorne, third chance, no. That time fouled on the backside. It'll be Ava Ignatov's foul, her third. So 3 for Ignatov, 3 for Kudrocheva.
Maybe you could excuse the first one, but after like the second and third, that's just not acceptable. Especially when there was no boxing out. All that they were doing, especially Thor, was just jumping, right? And kudos to her for kind of just using what was given to her, but it's an easy trip to the line.
Thorne has 2 points, both of them coming from the free throw line. 2 of 6 from the free throw line for Erica Thorne here in the contest. Ignatov left alone, strokes it, rims around, and that lands into the lap of Erica Thorne.
Better box out from McKay that time, and obviously she didn't come up with it, but she was able to take Smith completely out of the play.
Arnkvarn keeps, hesitates, doesn't get the roll. Loose ball. Arnkvarn comes away with it. Second chance finds its way through. The ONL-X trailed by 2 at the half, now up by 2, 3:45 left in the third quarter. Skaberis hounded by Kofi Effie. Another 3 from Gilchrist. No, that's offline.
PDM has no idea what to do with this zone. They're not moving, they're not cutting, they're not anything. And I think where they were able to be bailed out in the last few rotations with Gilchrist, she was off on the 3 ball and she knocked down 3 of them. But that ends eventually, and she's hit a bit of a cold streak now, so there needs to be some other options.
McKay keeps, finds Muldoon on the dive, coughed up. Coco Sam had a streaker down the middle of the court, decided to keep it. Scabaris works to her left, gives it up to Smith. Top side, Gilchrist going to put the rock to the deck, try to work to the right. Sam into the lane, and that's a foul on Coco Sam. She's going to go to the free throw line for a look at 2. First foul will go on Muldoon. It's in the act of shooting. Three in, 3 out for PDM. Coco Sam at the line. She's got 3 points. 0 for 1 on her first trip to the charity stripe. Looking to match that here with the second. Back iron, rebound, jumbled. Luchenberg with it, finds McKay. Arkvarn down the left-hand side. Back out to Coffee Effie. Boy, she just moves like a, I don't know, an ant. Like she just moves so quick.
She's quick.
Arkvarn shuffles the feet. No. Yeah.
She got let off on the first one. There was one that happened earlier. She always takes 1 step before she puts the ball down, like notoriously. Yeah, sorry, sometimes I get so locked in, like my mouth works before my brain. I realize I just make sounds.
I wonder if you're going to catch up to that comment or not.
Eventually.
Confident shot from deep, but off to the right from the hands of Kudrocheva. Just hasn't been herself this game.
Again, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that she sits so early in the game due to foul trouble.
Hard to get a rhythm when you're on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
All the way into the front court. Sleep gets the step again. Off glass, just doesn't see it through that time. Ripped down by Kudrocheva. 2:25 left in the third quarter. 2-point game. ONL-X ahead. Julia uses the screen, but there's nothing there, so Ling has it now. Top side, Kudrocheva into the paint. Nice display of ball handling. Swallowed up by Carrington Muldoon. It will stay PDM basketball.
Good for Muldoon to kind of stand her ground. I mean, the ball was dribbled right to her chest, so all she had to do was just hold on for the ride, pretty much.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Avery Ling to trigger on the baseline. Quickly into Coco Sam. And Anna Sleep moving into the path of Sam, and that's going to be her second foul. Sam back to the free throw line. Sam sees the first through. The second, defensively rebounded by Anna Sleep, who finds Luchenberg. Luchenberg able to get over the timeline. Muldoon takes the handoff and finds Arbor. Arkvarn back to Luchenberg. Into the paint, turning around, picks up the dribble. Muldoon bails her out. Ann Arbor ready to shoot. Gets the ball, lets it fly. That's no good. Rebounded. PDM have it. It's Brooke Ling. Here's Julia. Ling blocked by Muldoon and asleep into the front court. Muldoon has it. 1-2 stepping. Julia a second late, but enough to alter the trajectory of that pass. Luchenberg says, give me that ball. I'm going to put it through. Coco Sam feverishly into the front court, left hand too strong. Sleep ahead, Muldoon with a chance to redeem herself from last time, but the presence of Kudrocheva was just too much. Under a minute remaining in the third quarter, 3-point lead. Ottawa ahead, stepping confidently into a deep two. Coco Sam. Arbor picks up the dribble. Lutchenberg moving back to the near side. Muldoon didn't hesitate, and why would she? Kudrocheva stepping in. Good job staying walled up and asleep. Lutchenberg with 10 seconds left in the quarter. Spins around. Unable to find Sleep on the dive. That's going to stay with ONL-X. So we got our first look at Anya Corner Pay from ONL-X. They're going to change the possession to PDM, 5.8. They got to get it up the court and a shot off in 5.8. Ignatov quickly to Ling, who's got to do a half-court heave. They don't get it off in time. Wouldn't have gone in anyway. 37-33. It's a 4-point lead for Ottawa Next Level over PDM in the G Elite Junior Championship game. 10 minutes left in regulation. The Ontario Basketball Association and Rogers and Uptown Wireless are bringing you unbeatable deals on wireless plans. As a valued OBA member, you now have access to exclusive savings on Rogers services, helping you stay connected whether you're at home, on the road, or courtside. Don't miss out. Visit portal.uptownwireless.ca today to explore your exclusive offers and experience the power of connection with Rogers. Stay connected, stay in the game. Powered by OBA and Rogers. A little bit of a low-scoring game here. 12 points leads all scorers, and that belongs to the league's MVP, Anna Sleep. On the other side, trailing her by 1 is Anya Gilchrist with three deep balls and a solo shot from inside that perimeter.
I mean, in women's sports news, I just kind of have to share the Toronto Scepters have clinched the playoffs.
The Toronto Scepters have clinched the playoffs. Good news for all Toronto sports fans. Have they changed their logo yet?
No, that's still yet to be determined.
I'm just kidding. There's a lot of conversation about what that logo looked like when it came out. I think there were some ties to Taylor Swift at some point. Coco Sam going end to end. Thought maybe there was some contact, but Arnkvarn out the other way. Anna Sleep keeps, takes, blocked at the top by Gilchrist. Ling finds Gilchrist and PDM out ahead. Skabaris has one to beat. She slows up and finds Ignatov top side. Avery Ling bounce pass. Coco Sam straight on, no good. Corner Pay out on the right-hand side. Muldoon tries to turn the corner and is fouled. First foul of the fourth quarter comes at the 9-11 mark. That's going to go against Avery Ling. It's her third. That brings in Patty Gilia. Coco Sam catches her breath. Arnkvarn there to save it from being a backcourt violation. Muldoon, one dribble into the paint. That's no good. Arnkvarn saving it again. There, Ignatov forcing it out of bounds. Ignatov shakes it off. All these players playing with high emotion. Errant pass intended for Muldoon, out of bounds. Didn't even really see what happened there to Ignatov, did you?
I don't know, maybe it was a hit to the nose or something. It didn't look like she landed crazy, so potentially face contact maybe, inadvertently so.
Julia takes the give and go, unable to complete it. Anna Sleep the other way, going full court, loses the handle. And that's going to go against Sleep. Her third foul.
That was a good call.
We've seen a couple of times where Anna Sleep tries to go end to end, and she's got a lot of aspects to her game that you got to love, but dribbling in the open court isn't necessarily the best skill that she has.
No, it's not her strength. I honestly think, too, that is something she can look to adopt to just that much better her game. But for right now, she just doesn't fully have that unlocked. But again, she's grade 9, right? So she's going to develop it.
Spaberis doing a good job getting back to deflect that shot from Arkvarn.
I think we need to remember, too, that the majority of the lineup for
ONL-X is grade 9.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the oldest that we're seeing right now is grade 10, which is, if I'm not mistaken, 16 potentially. Because I think you're 14.
It could be, yeah.
You're 14 turning 15 in grade 9.
Depends on when your birthday is, although we're into a new year, so. There's Arkvarn completing the play, despite the best efforts of Julia getting back on defense.
Of course, the argument, they're either 15 or 16, which is crazy young for them to be performing at this level, too. So kudos to all of them.
Another defensive rebound by Anna Sleep. She's got about a dozen of those now. Ann Arbor picks up the dribble, needs someone to bail her out. Who's going to do it? It'll be corner pay. Ooh, that's a hard foul by Julia. Officials are going to come together to talk about it. Was there a play on the ball? Looked like a play on the ball to me.
It did. The only thing that I could think would be called a foul was when Sleep turned. Yeah.
So no foul. They're going to call it a jump ball. Possession will change to PDM.
I mean, good for Julia to get her hand on the ball. That's also risky, though, because she was reaching over a little bit, but it was smart because she was able to get contact on the ball.
PDM going to call a timeout. Talk about how they can cut into this 6-point lead built by ONL-X. 7:33 left in the championship game, G Elite Junior Girls. The Ontario Basketball Association and Rogers and Uptown Wireless are bringing you unbeatable deals on wireless plans. As a valued OBA member, you now have access to exclusive savings on Rogers services, helping you stay connected whether you're at home, on the road, or courtside. Don't miss out. Visit portal.uptownwireless.ca today to explore your exclusive offers and experience the power of connection with Rogers. Stay connected, stay in the game, powered by OBA and Rogers.
Very close game so far, 6-point margin. Not a lot of scoring from either side. Something that we need to, I really need to see from PDM to start with is they need to play better team basketball. They're relying on a lot of solo drives, which, to be fair, works, but on a team that's so centralized and the team that has a lot of height, the middle's not going to be open as much. For ONL-X, move the ball. Don't just go through Sleep and trust that she's going to make it. First of all, the girl's going to get tired eventually, naturally so. Use your options. Use Arbor, use Thorne, use the other player, use McKay. Use the players that you have out on the floor to execute a good play.
Patty Julia down the left-hand side. Too strong McKay with the loose ball right into the path of Arkvarn. She gives it up. Muldoon, too strong. Arkvarn offensive rebound. Out of bounds. That pass from McKay was right on the money. Right into the path on one bounce for Arkvarn to just keep continuing with that momentum moving forward. Kudrocheva at the elbow. Kicks it to the wing, then dives. Looking for Gilchrist down low. She doesn't square up right to the basket and then fouls Ann Arbor. It's the second team Second team foul in the fourth quarter. Second on Gilchrist. Arbert trying to shake Gilchrist. Hands off to McKay, who's left alone. Now Muldoon far side looking for Sleep at the elbow. Arbor into the paint. Stepping through. Sleep. Fakes. Gets the step. Off backboard too strong. Islip with the loose ball. Gets it right back. Gilchrist tries the 1-2 step off the backboard and through. Anya Gilchrist has really stepped up for PDM in this championship game. Now she's out of position. It's an odd man rush. Kudrocheva doing a good job of sticking with Sleep. Gilchrist all alone. Wisely slows it down. Ignatov to the right. Nothing's there. Kudrocheva might be heating up off the left of the iron. That was a really good look from that spot for her. Anna Sleep turns. It's a little out of control. Gilia off the backboard and through. It's a 2-point game. McKay, top side, one dribble, picks it up. There's a lot of space in that painted area. McKay moves to the left and finishes right on cue. They're going to leave that side open. Mm-hmm. You got to exploit it. Patty Gilia, far side, working on Muldoon. Brings it back to the middle. Claire Islip. Ignatov for three. That's a little strong. Anna Sleep finds Arbor. Arbor trying to shake Gilia. Gets it over the timeline to Muldoon, who finds the streaking Arbor off the glass and through.
She caught Gilia watching, especially on that one. She thought her job was done when the pass was given, but no, you can't. You got to continue with your man on defense.
Kudrocheva. Islip for three. Back iron. And Arbor with the defensive rebound. McKay doing a good job in the second half of leading the rush. Arnkvarn to Arbor, slowing it down. Muldoon trying to beat Ignatov off the bounce. Kicks it back out to Sleep. Now Arnkvarn, 7 on the shot clock. McKay dribbles to the left. Off the glass, leaves it short. Kudrocheva with the rebound. Ignatov now over the timeline. 4 minutes left in the regulation. Bounce pass. Patty Gilia working straight up. Foul called on Muldoon. That'll be an on-the-floor foul. They're going to change it to Arnkvarn. It'll be her first. Second team foul against ONL-X.
We're getting to the point now where unless PDM starts knocking down some of their shots, if I was their coach, I'd say stop shooting. Unless you know you're going to make it. But right now what they're doing is they're shooting so early and they're not knocking it down that they're giving ONL-X more clock time and more opportunity to even increase the deficit that PDM is currently already facing.
6-point game. Court awareness, absolutely essential down the stretch. Ann Arbor was out of bounds on that pass back from Muldoon. Kudrocheva back to the basket, kicks it out. Ignatov downhill and getting in her way was Arnkvarn, who picks up her second in the matter of 30 seconds.
For Arnkvarn, if she's going to be there, she has to just stand straight up. As soon as she cowered it away a little bit, but you got to just stand up.
Ignatov drains the first. Patty Gilia having a quick word with Jerron Robinson about a couple of read options that she's got to make on the fly. Ann Arbor quickly. Luchenberg. Muldoon. Luchenberg runs the floor. Muldoon blocked by Islip. Coco Sam. Over the timeline, well ahead. Julia steps in with the left, going back to the line for a look at two.
That was a good pass out opportunity there for Ottawa. They were just there shouldn't have been a pass, honestly, so low because there was no option for her to kind of take it up. If anything, Luchenberg should have just taken it to herself on the left-hand side, but
Julia's had a rough game from the free throw line. 0 of 5, and she's got her 6th look here.
the worst thing is when you look back at the shots you didn't make and then you look at the deficit of what you're at right now and realize that if you made those shots, it would have been a different story.
Erica Thorne quickly into the front court, finds Arkvarn on the backside, and she sees it through. Ignatov turns the corner. Keeps the whole way, kicks it back out. Julia looking to shake some defenders. Kudrocheva well beyond the arc. Has a smaller defender on her, gives it up. Skiberis and Sam collide. Julia, quick release. Wow, it gets the bounce. Sometimes all it takes is to see one go in. Arkvarn down the left-hand side again. That one no good. Julia with the rebound. Trying to beat Thorne in a foot race is a tough thing to do. She sticks with it. That pass deflected. Ann Arbor gives it up to Erica Thorne quickly into the front court. Luchenberg, 3-point game. ONL-X ahead. Seven seconds on the shot clock. Arkvarn traveled again. Deep into the shot clock. Unforced turnover. PDM have really stepped up here down the stretch with defenses. Anna Sleep checks back into the game. Timeout on the floor. ONL-X going to talk things over. 2:11 left in regulation. 3-point game. What more could you want from a championship game, Sid?
Honestly, I just want to see more consistency on the offensive boards for both teams. But honestly, I expected this. I expected it to be a one-possession margin. I honestly couldn't have predicted what team would have kind of been leading at this time because they're both so evenly matched. But it's definitely going to come down to seconds in this game for sure.
The other thing, too, for ONL-X is 2:11 left. If you start really working deep into the shot clock, you're going to take a lot of time off that and prevent PDM from getting more offensive possessions.
Clock management.
But you got to take care of the ball. Got to take care of the ball.
The thing with clock management is it works on two fronts. One, you waste as much time as possible, but two, you got to score once the shot clock is up. You have to make it count.
Skiberis to trigger the inbound from the side. Ignatov accepts and moves it into the front court. Julia, one dribble, picks it up. Skiberis, Ignatov looking inside. Pass deflected. Patty Julia working to her left. She's very strong going that way. Ann Arbor able to stick with her. Kudrocheva has a small defender on her. Doesn't take advantage. Julia 3, back iron. Arkvarn with the rebound. Muldoon wide open, has a lane. Turns it back around. Ann Arbor for 3. Nothing but nylon for Ann Arbor. Kudrocheva finds Ignatov, far side. That pass deflected by Arbor. 1:20 left. Skiberis puts the rock to the deck, dribbles it off her foot and turns it over. Erica Thorne with a lane, too strong. Gilchrist quickly. It's a 3-on-1. She gets it into the front court. That pass, Kudrocheva finishes the play. Just 4 points in the game for Kudrocheva.
She's seeming like she's passing first along this game rather than shooting. I think those 2 missed shots at the beginning kind of frazzled her a little bit.
Muldoon finds Sleep at the elbow. Into the corner. Arbor, another 3. When you're hot, you're hot. And Ann Arbor is scorching.
There needs to be a tighter closeout on her. You can't not let her even get the ball from beyond the arc.
Skibaris working down the right-hand side. Fades to the corner. Finds Gilchrist up top. Here's Julia. Rock to the deck. Into the lane. Floater no good. Anna Sleep with the rebound. Has to give it up. And does to Muldoon. Arkvarn finds Thorne. And right now, it's all about wasting the clock. Oh, gosh. Arbor leaves it short. I thought for sure.
Storybook ending.
Oh, man. You saw the confidence, the way it came off her fingertips. So Anna Sleep picks up her 4th foul. She's got 1 left to play with. 51-44, 13.7. Shooting free throws is Klodika Kudrocheva. And again, really impressed with her game in that semifinal, but she took herself out of it in this championship game by getting into early foul trouble.
And also in the game before, right? Like, she's a great shooter. The issue is that she's not allowing herself to shine when she's not put in a position to succeed. And it's unfortunate because there was supposed to be, in my mind, a matchup between herself and Sleep that I feel like we were a little bit deprived of in this game.
Timeout, ONL-X really need to all be on the same page on how to close out this game. Can't turn the ball over. It is a 2-possession game, 6 points. But if you turn the ball over at least to a quick 3, then all of a sudden it's a 1-possession game, and you just can't have that. So what's the move here? Spread out, use the entire court, and find your best free throw shooters, which in this game it's been Anna Sleep. 2 for 2 from the line has been Luchenberg. So either of those two want to have possession of it when that foul inevitably comes.
And you look at the season ranking, I mean, PDM 15-3, ONL-X 12-6. First place team, third place team, very much neck and neck. But it honestly came down to whose starters and whose stars could perform down the stretch.
And it was Anna Sleep with her flurry of moves to shake Kudrocheva and get to her right. But then Kudrocheva knew she was always going to right, so then just didn't bite on anything going to the left, which is another area that Sleep can work on, is developing that move to the left to keep defenders guessing and keeping them honest and guarding her straight up, right? All alone under the basket, guarded by Gilchrist. That ball's got to go to Sleep, and it does. She accepts it and is fouled. They don't call it. Thorne finds Arkvarn, and time will tick down. Arkvarn will dribble it out. Ottawa and Next Level are your 2025 Junior G League champions. You see it, just a massive outpouring of emotion, all positivity, happy tears for Ottawa Next Level. Sadness draped across the faces of PDM, and they're going to remember what this feels like. So next year when they, have a chance to get back to this game, they're going to do things a little differently from the start than the tip-off. Congratulations to ONL-X and the MVP, Anna Sleep. We're going to keep it here for the awards ceremonies. PDM had a great weekend, came up short in the second half against ONL-X. Really great performances up and down this lineup. Ignatov getting it done. Beautiful shooting from Julia. We're excited to see what they can come back next year and do with a little bit of experience under their belt, getting to this aspect of the tournament. There are rings. There's a trophy. Obviously, the championship merch here in the building. We're going to keep it right here for the awards ceremony. $51-45 your final. Ottawa next level coming away as the 2025 G Elite Junior Girls Champions. The awards ceremony upcoming where the players will receive their rings and lift that trophy. They finished the regular season ranked third, but came through this weekend undefeated. Their three All-Stars played absolutely clinical in that championship game. Anna Sleep, Maria Arnkvarn, one of the all-defensive players, Erica Thorne, as well.
Go-to-market strategy for 4 high-end international brands. Hewitt is also an educator, serving as an instructor at the University of Toronto's School of Continuing Studies, and a passionate advocate for diversity in tech and media. Her advocacy work has been featured by the YWCA and recognized by Uniscope magazine as one of the powerful women in technology. In addition to her executive and teaching roles, she sits on the board of CIUT 89.5 FM, a Toronto-based community radio station dedicated to amplifying diverse voices. She has an impressive resume, as you can tell. I'm going to give you having a lot of work again. She is. First up, I'd like to recognize our GMA's Junior Girl finalists, PDM.
So PDM being showered with cheers here for the effort that they put in all season long. Coco Sam, one of their all-stars.
Number 7, Julia Severus. Number 8, Ava Ignatov. Number 10, Avery Lane.
Ava Ignatov had some great performances, got into foul trouble in the semifinal match this morning. Unable to complete that game, and she wore emotion all over this court. Patty Julia, just a great display of ball handling and effort. Like we said, the engine was fired up all day long. Claire Smith, the all-star. 44, Klodika Kudrochova. High upside when you have a player that size with the talent that she has to shoot the ball, keep it on a string.
At this time, I'd like to welcome the roster for your champions. ONL-X. Let's give a big hand. First up, we have number 2, Catherine Simmer. Number 3, and Benedict Stalking Effie.
Now the ring ceremony.
Number
Coffee
5,
Effie.
Maria Arkbarn.
Maria Arkvarn, what a great showing this weekend for her. Working to her left, very strong down that left-hand side as a counterpart to Ann Arbor on the other side. And both of those players complement Anna Sleep exceptionally well.
Number 11, Carrington Muldoon.
Carrington Muldoon shot the lights out in that semifinal. Had some glimpses there in the final. Didn't see a lot of Reese McBurnley. She was outside lines.
But that's exactly what they needed when Sleep was just.
Number 17.
She was kind of left, not irrelevant in this game, but less active than we're used to seeing her. So it's nice that the rest of her team was able to step up.
Ava McKay, timely buckets as well. Reading the floor, where there's space. Instead of looking to pass first, puts the rock to the deck and beats her defender on the left-hand side.
Number 32, Erica Thorne.
And then Erica Thorne. Every great championship team needs that defensive player. Drew Holiday for the Boston Celtics is kind of who comes to mind. Erica Thorne does a great job shuffling her feet and keeping her team in the game from the defensive side of the ball.
Let's recognize our 2025 Junior Girls Champion, ONL.
Who takes the award? Who gets the trophy?
I mean, at this point, unless they got a captain, maybe
Everybody.
See, but you got to raise it in the air. That's kind of, yeah, right? So sacrilegious if you don't.
Keeping it nice and low, waiting for that moment where it finally eclipses. Show off the rings. There they all are huddled around that beautiful G Elite Junior trophy. And Ontario basketball has so many levels of hoops, right? And it's nice to see, the developmental stages and the youth really putting in a lot of energy and off time to get to this stage, to win these types of championships, and then hopefully go on and win a bunch more.
You think about the longevity of their career, and I'm capping them a little bit to say, like, let's just say they only want to play up until the end of university. That's still, for some of them, another, 7 years of playing high-level competitive basketball? So we're seeing the talent right now in grade 9 and 10. Can you just imagine when we see them in their senior year?
Well, I'm excited to follow the journey of all of these players, should they choose to stay here in Ontario. There's that lift that you were hoping for, Sid.
It came a bit late. I would have done it to start with, but it's okay. Better late than never.
Hey, they're only in grade 9 and 10. Maybe they haven't raised a trophy before. They don't know what the expectation
I'm
is.
forgetting their age. Yeah.
2025 Junior Girls Final. Please welcome Ontario Basketball Board member Michelle Farrell.
Michelle Farrell here to present the championship MVP. What is she giving away? What do they get?
The 2025 Junior Girls Final MVP. Give it that drum roll, please. Your MVP is number 17.
Ann Arbor, number 17, well-deserved. Those clutch threes in the fourth quarter really cemented her performance in this game and lifted ONL-X to the victory. Love to see it for a player like that. Her teammates love to see it as well. And that wraps us up here from the Royal Crown Academic School. From everybody here in the production team for Sydney Holmes, I'm JJ Emerson. We'll leave you with the images of the champions. We appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you next weekend for the seniors.
great week ahead. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next season.